Hello everyone, come with me as I make this delicious rice and stew without using tomato paste. The first step was to wash my meat thoroughly. You can use any meat of your choice. For me, I'll be using the chicken. After that, I seasoned with salt, curry powder, and I added some thyme. I love to add curry and thyme to my chicken for stew because it gives it very nice flavor. Then I added seasoning cube. You can use any seasoning cube of your choice. The next thing I added was my chopped onions. After adding the chopped onions, I made some ginger and garlic paste, which I showed the process of making it in my previous video. I'll be adding the ginger and garlic paste to my chicken. After adding this, I will just combine everything, give it a very good mix. Make sure that all the ingredients are well combined. Then I'll set it aside to cook. While the chicken is cooking, I'll go ahead to prepare the ingredients that I'll be using for the stew. I'm using the hard chicken, so I'll allow it to cook for some period of time so that it can get soft. For today's stew recipe, I'll be using just the fresh tomato. I won't be using the tomato paste. Just fresh tomato, ginger, garlic, onions, and pepper to give it the spice flavor. I will also be using the chopped red bell pepper. Now I washed fresh tomato and pepper. I'll just put it in the blender to blend. Then I went back to check on the protein. At this point, the chicken has extracted its juice, so I'll be adding more water so that it can cook so well since I'm using the hard chicken. I went ahead to cover the chicken and allow it to cook for more 20 minutes. While the chicken is cooking, I'll go ahead to make my stew base. In a pot, I added vegetable oil. Once the oil is hot, I went ahead to add my chopped onions. Then I'll fry these onions just to add more flavor to the stew. I add the onions first and give it a very good fry. Then I added thyme to the onions. Then I added curry powder and I'll give it a mix. I love to add curry powder and thyme and fry it with the onion so that it can release good flavor to the stew. I also added salt and I'll also add seasoning cube. Then I'll mix everything together. Allow this to fry in a medium heat. After it has fried for some time, I will go ahead to add chopped red bell pepper. You can choose to blend the red bell pepper with the tomato, but I have this red bell pepper in the freezer, so I just brought it out and use it instead of blending it again. After adding the red bell pepper to fry for some time, like 2 to 3 minutes, I'll allow it to fry very well before adding the blended tomato and pepper. I love it to fry very well so that it can release more flavor to the stew. While the onions and the red bell pepper is frying, make sure it is frying on a medium heat and always give it a stir so that it won't burn. After frying the pepper for some time, I added the blended tomato and pepper. After adding this, I'll just give it a good mix so that all ingredients can combine well. After allowing the stew to cook for 10 minutes, I went ahead to open the pot. At this point, the water has reduced. Then I will add the meat stock that I got from the chicken. I'll add the chicken stock to it, then give it a mix and cover to cook. After boiling the chicken, I put it in the air fryer. Now the chicken is ready to go into the stew. You can as well fry the chicken if you don't want to use the air fryer. I added the air-fried chicken to the stew. I gave it a good mix. Then I will allow it to cook for additional 20 minutes. Once the oil starts to float on top of the stew is ready. To get a very tasty stew, make sure the stew fries so well. Allow the water in the stew to dry up. Let it fry so well. Once the stew is well fried, it is going to be very tasty. Once the water dries up completely from the stew will be very tasty. And make sure the stew is fried in a medium heat. At this point, you can also test to know if you need to add more ingredients like the seasoning cube or salt. While I still allow the stew to fry in a medium heat, I will go ahead to prepare rice because we'll be pairing our stew with rice. I wash the rice so well. You can wash the rice under running water. Then I put it in a pot and I added little salt. Then I added water and cover to cook. White rice is one of the easiest food to cook. Once the rice is well cooked, you can go ahead to check if you need to add more water or the rice is done. Thanks to our amazing subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to our channel and thank you for watching our videos. If you are still watching this video to this moment, this is the right time for you to subscribe and like the video and also share with your friends and your family. You can also put your spoon in between to confirm that the water is well dried up in the rice. Our rice is ready and also our delicious pot of stew is ready. This stew was so tasty and it came out so well even without the tomato paste. It still came out so red. I would love to know if you'll be trying this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like, share our video. To our returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for coming back to watch our videos and thank you so much for your comments and your support. This means a lot to us and this is how we made this delicious pot of stew which we paired with our white rice. It was so easy, quick and fast to make. Thanks for watching and see you in our next one. Bye.